Yes.
You could just tell. You might not know exactly where, but you could kind of get around to what type of idea. I could tell when someone's from the West Coast just by how they talk.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean? I'm sure you get that same vibe with Toronto, you know?
Oh, well, I mean, Toronto's had, like, again, it just is such a mix of cultures, and I feel like, in particular, like, Jamaican influence on, like, slang and stuff has really kind of, so I grew up with all that stuff. It just sort of felt normal, but, it, you know, I feel like some people like
yeah, I know exactly how you feel. When you just hear something, you like, I use like the Kendrick GNX album. Like, that type of music I grew up on my whole life. So even though it's like new to the world and stuff, like, bro, people I got cousins that rap just like that, you know?
Yes, like, it's been like this for a solid 15 years, you know? Like, it's like,
decades,
It may be new to you, you know?
Right.
Like,
well, what is new to me is these two competitors right here. We got Beandy. She's rocking the Pikachu, the green Pikachu, kind of going crazy right now, versus AppleJuice. Yo, that's like my favorite fruit juice. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. AppleJuice goes so crazy,
that's the foundation of fruit juice,
bro.
man.
I love
it's
AppleJuice,
in every other juice. Like,
I know it's like, it might be one of the boring juices, but like I could literally like, I could drink, apple juice. I don't like buying it too much because like I will literally like drink the whole bottle in like a day or two, you know what I mean? I'm like, bro, this is way too much sugar, bro.
It's one of those ones, too, where, like, when you're sick, it's almost like your body is like, yes. Like,
there's
something about it where, like, you take apple juice, and it just hits so different.
Apple juice, ginger ale, you know.
Ginger ale, too, yeah.
Maybe some 7-Up. I used to rock when I was sick, the cherry 7-Ups. Oh, my God, my man. Oh, okay. You know, hey, the weather's pretty nice outside, but
Beanie
says otherwise.
Yeah,
bro,
AppleJuice getting on the board.
You missed, because you've been in the West Coast, I'm assuming, in Vancouver, but these last couple of weeks, so all my people in North America on the eastern side,
so
that heat wave was crazy. I mean, it's like a good, like 85 right now. It's not terrible.
Yeah, it's chill
but
right
like,
now.
bro, it was crazy work. New York was like 100 degrees. You know, the Midwest, it was like 95, 96 the whole time. I'm like, you don't really get like that hot. Apparently, Boston had like record-breaking heat. They don't get heat like that. And it was like 110 in some areas in Boston. I'm like, damn, dude.
Honestly,
or in that New England area, you know.
I was glad that it happened here just because, like, a couple years ago, Vancouver had, like, a crazy heat wave. I'm trying to remember what it'd be in Fahrenheit, but, like, 40 degrees Celsius, like, the kind of weather you'd get, like, in Georgia, but it was in a place that barely has any AC.
Right.
And then I was trying to explain to friends, like, yo, dude, like, you don't get just how hot it is, like, especially without AC, like, we were, like, trying to survive.
The Bay Area is very similar. So when you get, like, a heat wave, like, a lot of those areas, because the climate is so temperate, they don't get AC. Like, there's no need for it. So, but when it gets, like, 100 degrees with no AC, bro, oh, my God,
it changes your view on, like, it being kind of a nice to have versus, like, yo, you will literally die if you don't have that.
For sure.
But speaking of dying, AppleJuice dying to kind of shift the flow of this game right now. Really wants to.
AppleJuice need to concentrate. Ha ha ha. You know, I had to throw a little meme and a little dad joke in there.
I like it.
But yo, Beandy played pretty good because this matchup is not great for Pikachu.
She's been getting that a lot too, actually. Like the Space Force match in particular.
Historically, like if you look at the average Pikachu versus the average Sheik, I'd say Sheik generally wins. But you know, people are more sharp than they've ever been. You know, so.
Yeah, I think they're really good at like eking out small advantages and kind of like presenting situations in a more complex way than they used to. Like, I feel like there'd be situations where Pikachu would just always straight up lose. And then now it's like, oh, you got that. I'm not really totally ready for that. I feel like AppleJuice making some good adjustments, though. Okay, there's that force match again. Feels like that was kind of a coincidence to get the fair up, but like, that's something that AppleJuice needs to play around.
Okay, nice. She's doing a good job just doing, like, nice little cross-ups with these up airs. Not getting dash grabbed. Usually, like, a lot of Sheiks, when that's what they go for right there. That's usually the dash grab is what makes this matchup so difficult. Okay, there, okay. Nice, and off the side. So, we got everything best of 5, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I like that.
I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's the last GOML. It's only right.
Well, if you've been the person who's, like, played a best of 3 and wished so badly it was a best of 5, then when you hear all best of 5, especially if you're a less experienced player, like, you gotta like that. You know, obviously for players who are more experienced, it takes more time, but, you know, sometimes adapting takes more than a couple games, you know?
Yeah, I think generally most melee players would prefer the best of 5s. I think it depends on how many setups we got.
Yeah,
if we don't got a lot of setups, man, we gotta. Well, what stage you been, bro? Like, you know, I'm on that wave.
Yeah, it definitely. If it comes to the price of like slowing down the tournament by 2-3 hours, then you're kind of like, you're not about it, but.
Yo, but Beandy, she's going kind of crazy.
Yeah,
It's a solid lead, especially on this stage. I would think that this would be one of the more easier stages to kill Pikachu on. I guess AppleJuice could probably go Stadium, maybe. I feel like that's a bad one for Pikachu.
I feel like with the transformations, though, it might not be. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, I know the rock, the jab thing is a thing, but
yeah.
I generally, like, most of it
should
looks
be
rough. Okay.
Oh,
nice.
but Randall,
oh, okay.
Oh, Randall kind of tripping up.
Oh, what a turnaround.
So this is where the chain grab could like be a good way to get some momentum back. Probably at 0 might not work, but
oh, I think
yeah, you're not going to get like a kick or something there. Yeah.
Nice up smash. Especially at that low percent, you could just like CC and make it happen.
You think they go back, like AppleJuice go back?
I think AppleJuice should go to Stadium.
Okay.
Personally, but let's see. Oh, okay. Goes back.
I feel like AppleJuice was struggling to kill, so that was kind of like maybe this is where you get the kind of kills off the side a little bit more easily. But
yeah.
And like the edge guards haven't been so bad. I mean, so you know, getting knocked off the stage for either character not as impactful.
He's also not getting enough off grab. I feel like AppleJuice needs to be getting like at least like 40% per. You know what I mean?
I don't like the back throws. Like that's an example.
Like a lot
Are you
of
gonna
back
edge guard
throws.
Pikachu?
Yeah.
Like that's.
And the down throws, it's like down throw to up tilt, like when you can kind of re-grab in certain situations. But right now, he's doing a pretty good job right now. Oh.
I think the grab is a really good point because we've been seeing a lot of situations where like instead of going for like a tilt or something to get like a 2 or 3 piece combo, it just is like a grab then an aerial, a grab and a attempted edge guard. Yeah, that's gonna just barely not connect.
See, right here's your grab again, but you're going for the. I mean, that's good. That's still a good 37.
Yeah, but weird not to re-grab.
Yeah,
like,
right.
There's just a small kind of.
You could have got 45.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I mean. Like that, those little damage just feel like they don't matter, but especially once you get to 50%, once you get an opponent to 50%, they're like they're like a shell of themselves, man, because everything knocks down, a hard knocks down.
Oh, there's like a definite vibe shift when you go past 50. Like the game feels different,
no,
you know?
for sure, because everything is just like hard damage. Okay.
Okay.
But Beandy's still doing a good job keeping up. Momentum isn't as crazy. Feels like AppleJuice is kind of getting the hang of it a little bit. Okay. No dash attack by
A lot of like just walking up, kind of like the movement from AppleJuice looking a little bit nervous, but I think playing more grounded is not a bad idea because I think I could see Pikachu struggling to interact in that way. The main thing I feel like I'm noticing is just that it doesn't feel like AppleJuice has a clear game plan. Like I feel like the kill setups aren't totally there. You know, just the way AppleJuice is playing, you don't think like, yeah, this is kind of a familiar matchup.
Yeah, not enough like whiffs to like. You could just like fair in Pikachu's face, and you know Pikachu's gotta hold that.
Yeah.
But you don't really see that, and no needles either. Needles are godlike.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, if you saw, for example, Spaced Fairs, this is big.
Oh, that's
my
tough.
God.
Yeah, that might be it.
But yeah, if you saw the Spaced Fairs, you'd think, okay, that's part of the plan.
Yeah,
you know, like we're watching something. But
yeah, not a lot of aerials.
You don't really want to be writing the strategy guide while you're playing it. You know, you want to be consulting it in your head.
Right. Okay. Yeah. See, that's just like the best kill confirm. I feel like just raw fair in this matchup.
I feel like that move is somehow like underrated by the community. I feel like back in the day it was very people took it very seriously, and now I feel like they talk about all these other good moves, but fair, the angle it sends is so good.
Yeah.
Like the angle alone is like it sends you exactly where Sheik wants.
And it's a quick move.
Oh, it's so
fast.
quick.
Yeah.
But I feel like, you know, there's been that thread on Reddit where they're ranking all the different moves, and I feel like people, when they were talking about fair, were talking about like, well, I think actually it did get picked, didn't it? But everyone was saying like it shouldn't have. It should have been knee or forward air by Marth.
It was like the best moves in the game.
Yeah, well, it was for like each, like best forward air, best neutral air, best. That's what they're doing on Reddit right now, and I think a lot of like more experienced players take for granted how good it is, I guess, or like it's not something we talk about in the same way.
Right.
I think Sheik in general is like that, actually. People just kind of act as if Sheik's like kind of bad.
Yeah, sometimes there's no in between. It's kind of like Falco, right? they either think that
That's a
Sheik's
good point. That's a
bad
good
or
point.
Sheik's broken, and that's the same thing with Falco. You either got the mains who are like doomers,
Yeah.
or like the person who loses the Falco thinks it's the best character. When chances are, it's a lot of gray area there.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
Like there's strengths, there's weaknesses, and you just got to figure out how to like use your character the right way to know. You know, sometimes it's not even about the matchup per se, but just using the character correctly. I mean, that's hard.
You need to believe. Like, you just need to, like, that's the biggest thing. I think, like, you bring up Falcos, and we're both Falco mains. Like, I feel like Falco mains have stopped believing in a way that I think, like, okay, guys, like, relax. There's some really good stuff here, you know?
like I said, there's no in between. I've been on both sides where I'm just a doomer, or I've just seen the Falcon who's like, who's the best character in the game, loses the Falcon. Like, you know, it's like, okay. So, I mean, chances are it's not even the character. A lot of the time it's the person operating it, right? So you just kind of got to play the cards you were dealt with in a certain way, but we just, you know, give or take. Obviously, some things are just going to be harder than others. I think AppleJuice, though, at least from my watching, it just looked like he was probably just trying to grasp just the character, but also using the character versus Pikachu, right?
Yeah.
Who knows? Probably never played against Pikachu. Especially, I mean, Beanie is pretty good. So.
I think there was a lot of, like, what felt like uncharted territory on AppleJuice's end, where it would be like, oh, I get a grab, like, at this %, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do. Or, like, Pikachu's off stage, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do. And, like, it just kind of felt like the more you have that in the matchup, the more moments where you're like, whoa, what happens here, the more it's just going to